Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing a countdown video. I will be counting down not my top 10 but my top 15 favorite songs of my favorite band, Red. And some people might remember my top 10 list I did about a year ago or a little over a year ago.
My number 10 pick is the song Release the Panic from Release the Panic.
And not only has Gone came out since that video, but some of my picks have changed since then. My editing has changed, thankfully, since then. And so I thought it was time to update that video with this one. Make sure to check the description for honorable mentions. Let's get into this list. Okay, so this is one of the darker songs on Gone. This song made it on the list mostly because of the chorus melody line, the quiet, spooky sounding second verse, especially because it just uses these kind of electronics throughout the song, but it doesn't overpower the rest of the instruments, which I really like. The ending sounds really orchestral. Michael is just screaming "Obsession" in the bridge, and I think that's like a really cool moment. One of his best moments, probably vocally. Like, there are certain memorable moments like that in Red songs, and this is one of them. There are just little things, like little moments in the rhythm and parts of the instrumental work that really just make me love this song. This was not the first Red song I've ever heard, but it was the first Red song I ever bought on iTunes. I was so impressed with how dark and heavy this song was, considering at the time the only things I had heard about Red were from disappointed fans who were bad-mouthing Release the Panic material, so I wasn't really expecting much out of them. I didn't really know anything about the band, and then this song just converted me into a huge fan pretty quickly. I still adore the very slow, deep pace of this song, the menacing chorus, how the violins and electronics weave around the guitars seamlessly, especially during the intense bridge. In my opinion, this is one of Red's best opening songs, and it sums up Of Beauty and Rage pretty accurately. Another opening song here, what a shocker. Like Imposter summed up Of Beauty and Rage, I think this song sums up Innocence and Instinct, especially with Michael's vocals being noticeably deeper and having more of a mature tone than on End of Silence. His voice did change a lot between the two albums, which is something that I've noticed for a while, and I think other fans have probably noticed it too, and it's pretty apparent on this song even. The chorus is probably one of Red's all-time catchiest ever, because even when I don't listen to the song for a little while, the chorus will randomly get stuck in my head on some days, just kind of out of the blue, and I think that says a lot about how memorable this song is. The verse is quick enough to let the chorus shine, which flatters the song and the structure of it.
Tell yourself it's over now. Try to kill a broken bell. If only you.
This is a song that took me quite a few years to actually really appreciate and fall in love with. Eventually I realized how well written this song is. Definitely one of the best on Until We Have Faces, and this song has a main riff that really stays true to Red's previous sound, while also sounding unique enough to be extremely memorable, with the double bass being a very nice addition. Then the song launches into this really deep, moody verse that progresses steadily to the huge, intense chorus with Michael's soaring vocals. The quiet moments in the bridge give this song a lot of depth and dynamics. And I think this was a really great choice for a single overall, because I was not a fan at the time it came out, like 2011, but I bet a lot of people were excited for Until We Have Faces when this song came out.
I lost myself, now I breathe again, like a poem without pain.
Of Beauty and Rage does not have a title track, but this song is the closest thing to that. The lyrics of the Ever sum up the whole idea of beauty and rage, especially with the bridge. You know, Michael is basically singing and screaming at the same time. It's beauty and rage. After he just makes a bunch of references to past album titles and themes, which I really love. I love the way the lyrics are constructed in this one. I love the chorus in this song. It's absolutely beautiful and so powerful, with a great chord progression and Michael's vocals reaching really insane heights. The song has otherworldly qualities to it. Every single time I listen to the song, I focus in on all the elements of it, and it's just a fantastic experience every single time around. This barely missed the top 10, but honestly I love this song to pieces, so that just goes to show how much I actually love a lot of Red songs. This song from End of Silence is definitely a masterpiece. Its structure being kind of a heavier leaning, dark, hard rock song, yet the chorus is fiercely melodic with a fantastic scream to close it out. The bridge is dark in a very unsettling way, and it builds up to Michael screaming, "Just let go." And for any Red fan, this 12-second scream is usually regarded as one of Red's most memorable moments, which I think it should be. I think it's like up there for one of their most memorable moments, like maybe even at number one. That's like literally how insane this part of the song is. The strings play a larger role in the song as the song goes on, with the last minute of the song being mostly tender violin playing, which is really, really nice. It gives the song a lot of variety, which I really like. This was the main single from Innocence and Instinct, and as I've said in my top favorite Red songs list that I did like a year ago, I think they chose the perfect single with this song. The strings don't overpower the guitars, but they complement them in the main riff of the song. The verse is steady in its pace, and it leads into the catchy chorus fairly quickly. The second chorus adds a nice layer of backup vocals. Normally I don't like the whole whoa, you know, kind of vocals that a lot of bands use in their songs and stuff. I think it's kind of like filler, but in this case it's like in the background and it really complements the rest of the song that's already going on, so I actually really like it in this case. And the reason this song landed in the top 10 is definitely the bridge. It deviates from the main song just enough to be interesting, especially with Michael's slightly atonal singing, with low speaking serving as the backup vocals, which is really interesting. The song ends up being well-rounded and catchy, yet definitely darker than most of the songs on End of Silence.
So you can make me whole.
This ballad doesn't really sound like it came from a debut album, but it is from End of Silence. The simple piano melody during the intro fits the song perfectly, with the couple acoustic guitar chords and the strings throughout the verse, along with Michael's tender singing working together so harmoniously, it's hard not to feel at peace while I'm listening to the song. The chorus is extremely memorable, and the lyrics beautifully showcase the band's faith. Michael's singing "I Tried So Hard" just sounds so amazing. Listening to the song after a long day, it will either put me at complete peace or it'll make me probably cry because I get really emotional over songs. Sometimes it'll do both. It just is such an emotional song. I love it. I love the lyrics. I love the message. I love everything about it. It's just amazing.
Will you wake? Will I see you again?
I'm really shocked I did not put this song on last year's list. I don't know what I was doing, but I'm finally gonna give this song the attention it deserves. Hymn for the Missing is easily Red's best written ballad and the perfect closing track to Until We Have Faces. Hymn for the Missing plays a huge role in why I think that album, Until We Have Faces, is Red's second best album. The way the dark, somber piano weaves around Michael's emotional vocals during the verse immediately draws me in to listen more closely. This song and pieces from End of Silence tend to get compared a lot, which I understand why. They have similar instrumentation, and they're each Red's softest ballads. Personally, I think this song is superior. It's a bit sadder than Pieces, sadder tone to the song, along with the female vocalist sounding especially angelic towards the end of the song, is my favorite moment for sure, probably on Until We Have Faces. The song progresses fantastically and it has so much emotion packed into it, it's hard not to feel something when you're listening to this. I'm not usually a big fan of power ballads such as these. Release the Panic had a couple songs that tried to kind of accomplish what this song did, and it just kind of fell flat for me on that album. But this song is entirely another story. It has somewhat of a short verse for being almost a 5-minute long song, and I think that decision was smart because one of the best things about this song is the soaring, anthemic chorus, with Michael sustaining these passionate high notes like it doesn't even faze him. This is a cut from Of Beauty and Rage, so the layered, flowing sound of the production that's everywhere on that album definitely flatters this song in specific. The second part of the bridge introduces a few new minor chords that darken up the song a bit, and this part is reprised towards the end of the song. I think my viewers might actually know what a sucker I am for this kind of a chord progression. I just absolutely love it. Absolutely beautiful track here.
I want to shine, I want to rise, break me down.
When I think of this song, I'm reminded of when I saw Red live in April of last year and how that acoustic guitar Anthony was playing was set up on this really cool looking stand. The soaring strings sounded so powerful, the experience was incredible, the insane quality overall of this song live is really what made me love the song more than anything, along with the instrumental arrangement. The bass is used nicely in this song, and bass usually does not play a large role in any Red songs, so I'm actually surprised. I really love how they did it here. I really love how it's used in the verses. I think it really fits the mood. And of course, the chorus is one of Red's most big and anthemic to date, and the bridge showcases the strings beautifully. Listening to this song just puts me in the best mood for sure. The reason though it did drop from number 1 to number 5 in a year is because I've found a new appreciation for the top 4 songs on this list, and because one of the top 4 songs is from an album that did not exist in May of last year. So Red is a band overall with a lot of dark sounding songs, but I think this song from Of Beauty and Rage might be their darkest song to date for a few reasons. The guitar tuned down to drop A sounds creepy and menacing throughout the whole song, and the vocal melody during the verse is unsettling, to say the least. The fast-paced pre-chorus leads into the massive slowed-down chorus, and the bridge has a few different sections to it. My favorite part of the bridge, though, is the little bit of that guitar riff in there with all the bends and harmonics. It sounds so fun to play. Like, I would want to learn it one day. The lyrics are something I've never been quite able to figure out about this song, especially the first line in the chorus, "You gave me life so I can hurt you." I'm wondering if that's like coming from the perspective of people's inner darkness or a demon or even the devil, something in that vein. All I know is that all these elements in the song add together to create a song that's very memorable and entertaining, and something I enjoy returning to quite often. Losing Control ranking so high on the list was not something I was actually expecting when I was trying to really make up this list and see like what song do I want to be at number 3, you know? But what can I say? This song is one that I'm really glad they released before Gone came out, because it just built up the hype for the album like no other song could have. The guitar tuning of Drop E marks Red's lowest tuned song to date, and they creatively used the lower pitches of the 8-string guitars in the second half of the chorus, where the steady percussion and Michael's huge high notes really work together harmoniously. And the piano and horn section in this song, along with the classic Red orchestration, make this song extremely layered with a lot of clear thought put into it. There's a lot to dig into with this song, basically. This is hands down Michael's best vocal performance on Gone, with Michael screaming at the absolute top of his lungs towards the end of the song. What a blast this song is to listen to. I just love it to pieces, for sure. Okay, I'll stop. Okay. The song that originally introduced me to the band and intrigued just as much as it creeped out my 13-year-old self. In my opinion, definitely their best opening song, and a great way to open up Until We Have Faces. The guitar riffs sound more metal-inspired than most Red songs, and the overall pace of the verse, along with Michael's vocals gradually building towards the chorus, make this song a perfect one to show people who are new to the band. It really sums up a lot of what Red does in a lot of their songs. The chorus is melodic, but it doesn't lose any of the heaviness that the previous sections of the song set in place, which is something I really admire about it. The rhythm guitar is one of the best, catchiest things about this song instrumentally. The bridge is one of Red's best for sure, because the quiet beginning slowly sneaks up before it explodes into Michael screaming that classic, "Wake up!" Of course though, the song does not end there. After the huge last chorus, it beautifully fades out into choir vocals and strings that take up the last minute of the song, which I really, really love. This is a song I really heavily got into back when I was a brand new fan, and I still love it just as much as when I first heard it. The main riff, like Feed the Machine, has catchy timing and is one of the best things about the song. The way the guitars are plucked quickly in the verse almost sounds poppy in a way. It really sounds upbeat, and this leads into the pre-chorus perfectly, which then leads perfectly into the melodic chorus. Something about those backup vocals in the chorus, the "Get ready to collide, I'll bury you alive," that whole thing. It works so great with the lead vocals and the chords, and that's the main reason it ranks at number 1. Although Feed the Machine does compete with this song a lot, I'm not gonna lie. The drums are surprisingly chaotic in the chorus, and the bridge has some great screams from Michael. The overall transitions from each section of the song to the next is also what makes this song really stand out to me in their discography. It's one of the heavier cuts on Until We Have Faces, but it's more melodic, and the lyrical content has this really fun pump-up message, which I really love. I love that whole "I will fight until the end," and that's the end of the list. Feel free to post your own top favorite Red songs in the comments and let me know if you agree or disagree with these picks. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.